Welcome everyone, it's Professor Thomas. We are in Pre-Genius Mapping lesson number 7, prefix. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this particular lesson. First things first, you are going to have words in the English language. And the English language is, words are broken up into 3 parts. You have what's called the root word. Then you will have what's in the front of the root word, which is called the prefix. And then you will have an ending, which is called a suffix. It's important for us to understand vocabulary that the author is going to use. Remember, Scooby-Doo technique says the author is going to continually say the same thing throughout the passage, but they're going to use different words to describe the noun and the verb. So this is another technique that's going to help us understand particular vocabulary words we're not familiar with. So let's go ahead and just kind of fill this in. We have the root word, and the most important thing for us is the prefix, and that is what we're going to see right here. It's the precursor to the word. It's just basically the first part. Here's what's going to happen in this lesson. We have about 22 prefixes that we're going to have to learn and we're going to have to memorize. Instead of giving you specific definitions, I'm going to have you kind of create your own definition. I'll show you how the process is going to work. We'll do the first one together, and then I am going to cut you loose and have you work on your own. We'll do 2, and then we'll look at a video. We'll do 2, and we'll look at a video. We'll do 2 and look at a video. So here's the way that this is set up for this particular lesson. Number 1, it says read the following words and create a definition of the prefix re. Here's the words: replay, rerun, redo, and reply. Replay, the root word, as we mentioned earlier, is play. If you look at the first part, the prefix is re. When you play, you are doing something as a kid. When you replay, you are doing it again. Come over here. We look at the root word here is do. Do is to make. We look at the prefix re, redo. We are going to make it again. Rerun. Run is the root word. Re is the prefix. Rerun. We're going to run again. We're going to rerun the movie. And reply. The root here is ply, like to apply. And when you reply, it is to do it again. You're going to send a letter in reply to somebody that sent you a letter first. So our definition, and I want you kids to create your own definitions here, and they should be fairly loose. RE is basically going to do something again. So what you do, re equals do again. And then fill this out. What we're going to do now, I'm going to have you stop the video, and we're going to do problems 2 and problems 3. Take a look and do the exact same thing. Look at all the words and formulate some kind of a general, fluffy definition for what the prefix is going to do. The prefix is going to be the first part of the word. Go ahead, pause the video here. We'll come on back and take a look at problems 2 and 3. Answers for problem numbers 2 and 3. Read the following words and create a loose definition for the following prefix pro. The 4 words that were given here are produce, product, professional, and proceed. If you look over here, produce, deuce is to make something, and pro is going to be positive. Using the little bit of a good stinky rule here, positively create something. Product. Product is to positively create something. Proceed. Seed means to move forward, and when you it's going to be positively moving forward. Professional. Professional is moving forward, in essence, getting the job done, because you are a professional and you will be able to make money. It's a positive prefix. It's usually going to refer to things that are moving forward. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 3. Read the following words and create a definition that's fairly loose for the prefix non. Your definition is fairly general here. Nonsense. The root word is sense. Non makes it opposite. It's going to flip from making sense to nonsense. It doesn't make sense. So here you see non is going to flip directions and make it go the other direction. Existence means it's around. Non-existent means it's not around. Flipping directions once again being opposite. Conference, that means it's inside the conference. When it's non-conference, it's outside the conference. And it is not inside the conference. Flips it around, again, opposite. Factor, you are a factor. And when you are a non-factor, you are not really doing anything. So the prefix non is going to flip directions and give you basically the opposite. Let's go ahead and pause the video here, and we will take a look at numbers 4 and 5. Number 4, read the following words and create a definition that's fairly loose. For the prefix dis, we have the root word here, approve, and when you put the prefix dis on the front, disapprove means it's going to go opposite. It's a negative connotation. It's going to make something from positive to negative. Obey means to do, and when we put the prefix on the front, disobey, we are not going to do. We are going against, so it's going to flip and make it negative. Distance. Dis is going to make it a negative. It's a distance. We're moving in the distance. It's distant from here. It's far away. It's moving away, going opposite. We look over here. We have the root word here, own, and we put the prefix on the front. Disown is to do the opposite and move away. We go on to number 5. Read the following. Create a loose definition for D. Devalue. Value is the root word when we put a D in front. Devalue is going to make it opposite and make it negative. Devalue is going to make it not worth much. Destruct. Struct is like construct, put together, and when we destruct, we're going to take it apart and do opposite, make it negative again. Devastate. State is the root word, and when we devastate, we are going to do the opposite, and instead of state, we're going to make it negative and make it devastating. Bam! Oh my goodness. Destroy. Destroy, the prefix D, it's going to break things apart. DE represents opposite, making it negative, and the connotation here would most likely be negative. Make a loose definition. See, all these words have something in common. What you want to do is look and see that these prefixes all make the word do something very similar. Let's go ahead, pause the video here. We're going to take a look at problems number 6 and 7. When you're done, turn the video on for a brief explanation. Number 6, read the following word and create a definition for the prefix co. Cooperate. When you cooperate, you're going to do it with other people. You're cooperating with others. Coordination. When you are in coordination, you are going to be doing something with other people, or if you are coordinated, you are making a bunch of different muscles work together. Co-pilot. Co suggests there's more than one pilot working together. Coup. Coup. C-O. It's a bunch of people doing something. In this particular case, the definition of a coup would be overthrowing a government or something like that. It would be a bunch of people working in coordination together and getting the job done. Co is going to mean multiple people working together. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 7. Number 7, read the following, create a definition for the following prefix pre. P-R-E. First word, pre-game. The root word is game. And when we put the prefix pre-game is going to be before the game. It's something that happens before the game. The pre-game. Preview. Before the movie is released, it is previewed. It is happening before. Prefix P-R-E is going to make something happen before. Pre-register. Register is the root word. Pre-register means to do it before registration actually opens. Prepare. We are going to have a test, and we are going to prepare before the test So we get an A, means to do before. P-R-E is going to suggest doing it before. Let's go ahead and pause the video here. We're going to take a look at the next two. It's problems 8 and 9. Number 8, read the following and create a definition that is fairly general. The prefix here is the prefix submarine, and we have the prefix submarine means the ocean, and submarine means to go under the ocean. So underneath. Atomic, subatomic, it means below the atomic level. Lingual. Your tongue is part of linguistics. Lingual, sublingual means underneath your tongue. Over here we have subliminal, liminal, and subliminal means to go below that. Subliminal, liminal is how your thought processes work. Subliminal means underneath your thought process, so it's not directly caught by your consciousness. Prefix sub means underneath. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 9. Read the following words and create a definition that's fairly loose for the prefix CIR. Circumference. Circumference is the outside of a circle. Circle is a circle. Circadian. Circadian rhythm is a circular pattern. Circumvent, it means to vent and then go all the way around. CIR suggests a circular type of a pattern. Let's go ahead and pause the video here, and we're going to take a look at the next two. It's problem 10 and 11. Number 10, read the following words and create a definition with the following prefix EX. Your definition should be fairly general. Here's our words: expel, ex-president, expose, and extract. Expel. When you expel, you're going to get something out of there. Expose. When you expose something, you're going to bring it out and let people see it. President. The ex-president, we're going to get him out of office, so he is now the ex-president. Get him out of there. Extract. Tract, extract, taking it out. EX suggests they're taking something out of there. Number 11, read the following words. Create a definition for the following prefix in, I-N. Inside, ingest, insert, and intermuscular. Inside means inside. Inner. Ingest means to take something and eat it and put it inside your stomach. Insert means to take something and put it inside whatever you're doing. Insert it into the gas tank. Put the gas into the gas tank. Muscular, intermuscular, inside the muscle. In does exactly what you know. It is suggesting the inside of things. We're going to take a look at the last two. Pause the video here. It's 12 and 13. Number 12, read the following words and create a definition that is fairly general. Prefix here is uni. Unicycle. United, unicorn, and universe. You look over here, we start with unicorn. Unicorn is an animal that has one horn. This suggests one. Unicycle has one wheel. When you are united, you're taking a group of people and making them into a group that is united. Universe is taking a bunch of stars and putting them together into a cluster. U-N-I. Uni means to take things and bring them together to make it a single unit. Let's go ahead and take a look at problem. For the last one, it's 13. Problem 13, read the following words and create a definition that is fairly general. The prefix here is un. Undo, unsafe, unbroken, uncanny. If you look over here, do, when we put the prefix on the front, un is to undo. It means to go opposite of what has already been done. Make it safe, make it unsafe. Unsafe is the opposite. You're going to undo it. It's going to be the opposite. Broken, it's unbroken. When something is broken, it's wrecked. When it's unbroken, it is not rect. UN means you're going to do the opposite. It's like a flip-flopper. Flip it around. Canny, uncanny, makes something the opposite of canny. Here, UN is going to make something opposite of what you see the root word is doing. Let's do a quick review from this particular lesson before we move on and continue in the next lesson dealing with prefixes as well. In the English language is derived from Latin and from Greek. We know that the three parts of every word are the center of the word is called the root. In the beginning of the word, we have what's called the prefix. And at the end of the word, we have what's called the suffix. For right now, in this course, we are focusing on the prefix. We're going to be dealing with vocabulary words that we don't know. So how do we go about handling this task? A, the good stinky rule. B, looking at the context. C, looking at the Scooby-Doo. The topic, sentence, and the details all are going to have to be related back to each other. Nouns and verbs are going to be doing the same thing, but they're going to give you different vocabulary words. And now we've learned about prefixes. We can look at a word and say, here's the root. The prefix is RE. I don't know what the word means, but RE is a prefix that means doing it again. So that means whatever was going on in this word, it's doing it again. Then you look at the topic sentence or the sentence above and see what's the subject. Oh, we're dealing with sports. So it's doing that sport again. Also, you can use the good stinky rule and try and figure out whether it's positive or negative. What we're going to do is we're going to try and memorize all 22 of these prefixes. And you see what we're trying to actually make sure you understand here is instead of memorizing, we're going to learn by looking at words that we've seen before. I try and give you a bunch of different words. Some of them are very easy, and usually problem number 4 over here is going to be a word that most kids will not know. But you'll understand what that word means from the other words that have the same prefix over here. So where do we go from here? What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to pull out some 3x5 note cards that Professor Thomas will give you. And on the front, you should write the prefix in the middle. For example, RE. And then up in the corner here, you can just write prefix. And then on the back, write your loose definition. This is the front of the card, and this will be the back of the card. We should have about 22 of these cards. We'll memorize these as we go through. This is going to help us deal with vocabulary. That's it for this particular lesson. It's 7, quiz 1. We will move into 7, quiz 2, and basically do the same thing to get through all 22 of the prefixes. That's it for now. We'll see you in quiz 2, lesson 7. Bye for now.